Hello, welcome to Let's Talk About It with Ron and Sharen. I am Sharen.
And I am Ron.
We are here to introduce you to our docu-series that we filmed. It is called Because of Him, I Am. So initially, it was my idea to search for men who have the same experiences, but they really don't talk to each other about them. So we put a social media post out on all of our social media platforms, and we let them know that we were going to do some interviews at a couple different locations, and that we said that we were in search of individuals who would like to talk about fatherhood, and they're willing to share their personal experiences on camera about fatherhood, and they could be as open and as honest as they wanted to be, and they could be as transparent as they wanted to be. So we had some really great feedback from people who wanted to be on camera.
And they were, as we said before, they were very transparent, and they spoke well about their lives as being a father themselves, and how they lived and how they grew up with a father in their home, and then some grew up without a father in their home. And it really helps some. We're expecting it to help you also. Roll it.
Roll it.
All right, my name is Stephen Aikens. I'm 24. My family dynamic is, I would say, my mom, she raised me since I was young. My dad, he passed away 9 years ago with cancer, so my mom became basically the father, of the family, and then it, made me become the man of the house, I guess you would say, because my younger brother, he was 13 at the time and I was 15. So my dad's brothers, they're not there. One of them, he's just not there, and the other one, he's not really there for his kids either. So it's like, it was basically just us three, during that time, just having to, grow up and, overcome, obstacles and, daily life things.
Gotcha. Now, before your father passed, was he still around? Like, was he?
Oh, yes, yes. He was amazing. He is the reason why I am who I am today. I'm a junior, so I'm doing what I can do. Good, okay, to make his legacy, keep going. And, what he instilled in me was, humbleness, like I'm constantly motivated, sub-motivated. So what he did for me, my brother, and my mom, before he passed was something, I'll never forget. Like, it made me who I am today and the man I am, to keep going, and to raise the kids I'm going to eventually have the way he did with us, you know what I'm saying?
And you said you're 24?
24, yes.
So for the 15 years you had your father, on a day-to-day basis, how did he impact you? As far as what things did you see that, even now to this day, that you pull from, like, that's my dad?
Well, he was a really good basketball player, so I played a lot of basketball. When I would come home from, I would come home from school a lot, and I would see him working on cars. So, it was like, he would work on cars, and it made me want to get into cars. So now I'm into cars, like, when it comes to changing your oil, your tire, like working on like the engine, you're trying to learn, you know what I mean? And he would say, say I was doubt myself. He would be like, it's not over till God says it's over. And I didn't really get it. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Certain things, right.
But I understand it more now, as I'm getting older and growing up.
Gotcha. So a lot of the stuff that you saw him do, they've become almost, I guess you would say, habits of yours. As far as like the things that he would do.
Similar, yes.
Gotcha. Like the work on the cars, the
right.
athleticism and all that.
Yep. It's just weird because when I told my mom, like, she'll say, like, your dad, you remind me so much of your dad. Like, he was a corrections officer like I was, and then he became a youth worker. And I left the prison to become a youth worker. Not thinking anything of it, but, just because I feel like my heart wasn't there. So it's like I'm really following his footsteps.
Your heart wasn't in the prison?
Yeah, it wasn't. Okay. I did what I could do for them. I feel like I did all I could. I know I changed lives, or I talked to, certain individuals. I don't like calling them inmates, even though they did what they did, because we're all human at the end of the day. We all make mistakes, but, everybody still is a person, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. So I did feel like I did my time there, and now I moved on to working with, kids 17 to 21 at a crisis center. So, I'm trying to impact them and influence them to do better in their lives before they go back out, in population. in real life.
So is that similar to you? Because being that you lost your father at 15, you were kind of in a crisis yourself. So is that
Right.
why you want to kind of reach back?
I
and
guess
help out?
I guess you can say that. I felt lost the time he did pass away. You know, I was acting out. I was doing bad in school. You know, I was treating my mom terrible, and I wasn't, being that, role model, I guess, to my younger brother that I should have been. But I was still trying to find myself at the time. But
Because there's no blueprint for that.
there isn't. Like, no one expected that. It was sudden. You know what I mean? It happened out of the blue, out of nowhere. So luckily, thank God I had a good support system. You know, my mom, she stayed through it with me. You know, my uncle, my aunt Sharen, she was there for me during the tough times. So if it wasn't for the support system, I don't know where I'd be, honestly. Like, just constantly staying on me, saying positive things and telling me, like, being real with me. You're doing this is wrong, this is right. And I heard it, but, I was being arrogant, but it stuck with me. As you get older, you start maturing, you start learning. So it's like, those words, they go a long way. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel an absentee father affects a child's upbringing?
Of course. It isn't like just passing away or just not being there.
Just not being there in general. Because, of course, obviously in your situation,
Yeah.
he passed away. But obviously you had some things to kind of overcome where,
Right.
You were acting out against your mom, didn't know how to, kind of navigate that situation.
Right. Well, I feel like a father it's important for a father to be in their child's life because, whether it be man or woman, daughter, son, because they need, just like they need a mom, they need a man, to tell them right from wrong. You need that strength, that backbone, the guidance.
The
Someone
GPS almost.
Right, basically, like someone you can go to in tough times of need, because you can go to your mom, but some things, mom can do just like some things dad can do, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to certain in particular subjects. So a father is definitely needed for a son, because the way the world is now, so much, confusion, people are lost, and, we need that guidance, to come up, make the right decisions in life, or try, our best.
So you said certain things a mom can't do that a dad could do.
Mm-hmm.
What is something that you wish you could do that your dad did?
What are some things? I don't really wish I could do some things he did, because I'm my own man at the end of the day, but, I wish I could have had a talk with him to see if I'm on the right track and doing, the right things. But I know at the end of the day, I'm doing pretty good, I would say, as of right now,
So you say you wish you could have a talk with him. What would be your top 3 questions that you would like to ask your dad right now if you could?
I know the one, I contemplate this all the time. I know the one is like, I would say to him, are you proud of me? Like what I'm doing every day. The second one would be, let me see, if you were still here, what are some things you would do, not just for us, but for other people.
To impact their lives.
Mm-hmm. And the third one would be, honestly, I would just give him a hug. It wouldn't even be a question. It would just be like a hug.
All right, so I know you said you don't have a kid now, but
Yeah.
if you had a son, what would you tell your son is the most important thing to remember as a father?
I would say stay true to yourself and remain humble.
Okay, why is that important to you?
Because when you stay true to yourself, you don't switch up when you're around certain people, you know what I mean? And people can see that, and they see that energy and that, that personality that you always bring to the table, and remain humble through all the hard times and all the good times. Like, be grateful for the bad times, be grateful for the good times, because they're going to make you into who you need to be in the future, mold you into the man or woman that you're eventually going to become. You know what I mean? Don't be just grateful for the great times, be grateful and tell God, thank you for putting me through this, these trials and tribulations, because I learned from that. And then also thank Him for the good times, because it's all gonna come together and make you into the person you're going to be one day, whether it be a NBA player or like a motivational speaker or anything, you know what I'm saying? So just be grateful for everything, just literally in life.
What kind of father was your father?
He was ambitious, self-motivated, independent, he was there for everybody. I would say, like, he was there not just for his family and friends, but for people he didn't even know. And he was just, basically I would say all around. You couldn't if you needed something, you can go to him for. He was loving, caring, you know, humble. That's where I get humble from. Like, always stay to yourself, true to yourself, and I can see a whole lot of things, honestly. But to say everything, he was all around. Like, he was all around. Like, whatever you needed, he was this. If you needed someone to care for, he was that. If you needed someone to listen, he was a listener. If you needed a supporter, he was a supporter. If you needed someone to motivate you and get you going, he was that. So he was basically everything that someone could, you know, look for and go to for.
So I know you said he was a correction officer
Mm-hmm.
and worked with the youth.
Mm-hmm.
How was his time at home? Was he home a lot? Was he not home? Like, was he too busy to the point where he supported the family so much that he wasn't home all the time? Like, how was that done?
I would say he was 50-50. You know, he was always home when I needed him to be there, and when he needed to do other things, he would do it. Whether it came to, you know, working on cars, or, you know, he was sometimes in the basketball league, so he played like in the Puffer League, you know. But he was always there for his kids. Always made sure he was there, you know, for us when we need him. So I can't think of a moment where he wasn't there that I needed him. Right.
So the reason why I asked you that is because I want to know, what do you say to a father who has to work all the time to maintain the household finances and feels he cannot give 100% to raising his children?
I would say to a father that's always, you know, just keep on going, because there's always a brighter day. Like, I know, and I have talks, you know, I had talks with, you know, individuals in the prison, and, you know, young kids that have, young fathers that have kids now, because, you know, it's hard out here that work, you know, 12-hour shifts, 5 days a week, or even 7, you know, to maintain. And what I tell them is, just keep going, because if you stop now, then who's going to pay the bills?
Right, because at the end of the day, they are providing.
Right.
It's not like he's out doing something else.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, but you're making the right money. You know what I'm saying? You're not making the wrong money.
Right.
You're making the money that, you know, needs to be made. Because anyone, you know, can do, you know, illegal things or, you know, do the wrong things. But to me, that's not really being a provider, because you're settling and you're lowering yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because then if you get caught up doing the wrong thing, now you can't provide. So I'd rather you provide working on 12-hour shifts, because something better is going to come along anyway. You know what I'm saying? And just stick it out. And then, you know, your woman, at the time, if you have one, or your girl, whatever, your kids, they'll see that you're a hardworking man. Your daddy wasn't there for us, but he was providing for us. And when they get older, they'll understand that. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think the difference in being a father or a dad, or is there a difference?
A father and a dad, like between the two.
Correct.
All right, well, my opinion, I feel like a dad is just someone that's just there. You know, he's just there. He's not there because he wants to be there, he's just there. You know what I mean? Anyone can be a dad. I feel like, and like I said, in my opinion, I can be a dad to my daughter, but I'm only there, you know what I mean, when she needs me to be there, someone needs me to be there. I feel like a father's there because he feels he needs to be there. Like, a father is someone that's like, I'm going to be there for my kid because I need to be there. A dad is only there, you know what I mean, when he's called upon, or like just needs to be there, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a father is someone who, you know, is there all the time, no matter what the situation, no matter what's going on. And he's there when times, you know, are gritty and, you know, bad, and he's there when times are great. Like I was saying earlier, he's there through it all. Because I feel like what separates the two is, I feel also your upbringing. That has a lot to do with it too, because if you was raised by like a strong, you know, man or a dad or someone who was always there, you'll stay, you know, in the midst of the hard times. But if you was raised by someone who wasn't there all the time, you may run from the problem or situation, and it's not good to run from it. I mean, I feel like a lot of people today, you know, in the world, they run from problem situations instead of communicating. And that's why relationships don't last. In my opinion, that's why they don't work, because they're afraid to face the truth, you know what I mean, and what needs to be talked about. So that, you know, goes in a lot of ways.
So in that you had mentioned daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you feel the father should be harder on his son or daughter?
Mm-mm. I feel like the father should be 50-50 with both, because why be harder on your daughter or your son? You know, to me, that's not treating them fair. Right. Everybody needs to be treated equally. And, you know, as they grow up and get older, they'll make their own decisions, obviously, like we all have, you know, in this world. So treating them fair, in my opinion, that's how you want to do it. I don't want to be harder on my son than my daughter, because then he may see him and be like, why did daddy treat me, you know what I mean, worse? or harder than, you know, my sister. And then that might cause him to, you know, act out and do something, you know what I mean, to get attention and be like, yo, Dad, you know, I'm doing something good. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do something good. And he may be going out his way to do something when he don't need to. So I feel like everything, you know, is like, needs to be like done fair. That's just where I'm getting at, equally.
All right, now you're not a father, but what vision or goal do you have for your life as a father?
Well, I know I don't plan, but when I do have kids, I know I'm going to be there no matter what, because I feel like that's my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how other people feel, but if I feel like if I'm not there for my kid, then I'm not doing my responsibility as a man. Like, I know, like I said, even if your dad's not in your life, like, for example, you could look at somebody like LeBron or somebody, he says his dad wasn't in his life, but he wants to be someone whose dad wasn't. And you see the great role model he is.
He used that as a fuel.
Right. And you can use it as you know, to motivate you to be the best father you can be, because your father wasn't there, or you can be like, all right, you know what, but my dad wasn't there, I'm gonna be the same way. Which isn't, that's not a man, you know, a man mentality, you know. To me, that's a coward mentality. You should be somebody that, you know, wants to be there for your family, you know, your kids. And I feel like also, like, it also has to do with your circle, your environment. You got the right crew in your circle, they're gonna tell you, you know, what's right from wrong, and they'll tell you, like, you need to be there for your kid. But if you got people in your circle that doing the same thing you're doing, not doing no better than you, you're not gonna want to better yourself. You know, as a man or woman, that goes both ways. So always got to have someone in your circle that's not doing better than you, but constantly trying to evolve, you know what I mean, level up, because then it's gonna make you want to level up, and then it's gonna, your whole team, you know, will be successful, you know, and then your kids will see that, and your friends will see that, and friends of friends will see it, and then they'll want to do the same thing. So to me, it's all a, you know, it's a energy thing, you know, and it's something that needs to be done more. But, you know, it all depends on the mental. Like, you just got to break that.
Can I ask a question? Do you have a plan for fatherhood?
What do you mean, like a plan? Like,
I know you say you don't plan, but if you did have a daughter, so do you have a plan for fatherhood as far as you're 24? By the time I'm 34,
oh, like,
I have a kid.
Oh, okay. Oh, I plan, like, my age to be around, I would say 29 to 30, because I don't want to be too old and not be able to play, you know, sports with my kids. But I stay, you know, in the gym. I try to stay healthy, but that's what I plan on doing. I plan on having my bachelor's next year. Actually, I'm going to get it. And then go for my master's. And I'll be 27, get my master's at Rutgers. I'll just, you know, go from there. So then I want to give it 2 years, you know, save up, eventually get a house, whether I'm by myself or with a woman if God sends one, and then, you know, have talks, you know, eventually having a kid. You know, I don't want to wait till I'm 34 years old. Then my...
Chill, bro. I'm 30 years old.
That's why I needed this. Thank
you.
You know, right, but that's just, you know, my view, my opinion. I don't want to wait, and then my son or daughter, I'm 16, I'm 50 if I have a kid at 34. Right. Not saying, you know, that, like, I'm not going to be athletic, but I want to be at an age, you know, where I can still learn. Right, I can still learn from them, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can learn from anybody, whether you're 2 years old or 1, you know, or 45, 80, 90, it doesn't matter, you know.
So it sounds like, in a way, you do have a plan?
I do.
Because it's not like a shotgun wedding where you're forced to get
Oh,
married.
right, yeah.
The girl's pregnant.
Right.
You want to have a house.
Yes.
You want to have a girlfriend, talk about it before
Yes.
you end up, you already have a job.
Right.
You want to talk about it before you end up actually doing it. So it sounds like you do have a plan in the back of your head.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's what I plan on doing, if it goes that way.
What did you dislike about your father that you made sure you didn't repeat as you grew older? You don't have children now, but I would say towards your children, what did you dislike about him that's like, all right, look, I'm not going to do that?
What would I say? If I could say one thing I did dislike, I would say he spent more time, I think, trying to please others. And I think I got myself, you know, wrapped up in the same thing. You know, you're trying to please everybody when you can't please them, because at the end of the day, if they're not happy with themselves, you're going to burn your own energy out trying to, you know, please them. Because we all need someone to replace our energy. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you have a good circle around you and you all feed off each other, that's good. But if I'm trying to, give energy to this person, and uplift them and give energy to this person, I need to be, refuel myself and have someone give me the same amount of energy. So I think I got caught up just as like him trying to, be there for everybody. When at the end of the day, not everybody really cares about you. They just need you when they need you.
So it sounds kind of like the oxygen mask effect, where you're on a plane, the plane might be going down, or whether there's an emergency, and you can't put an oxygen mask on somebody else, you can't help yourself first. So that's basically what you're saying.
Right. I would do that,
You got to take care of yourself
before you
make anybody else. Because if you're not happy, you can't help yourself. How can you help somebody else?
Right, okay.
What's something that you never told your father that you want to tell him now, if you could?
Something I would tell him is, thank you for everything you've done, and I am who I am today because of you. And I love you.
How would you finish this sentence or phrase? Because of him, I am.
Because of him, I am the man who I am today. I'm successful. I'm humble. I'm motivated. I'm dedicated, and I'm driven to be the best I can be in life and everything I do.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching the docuseries Because of Him, I Am. It was pretty awesome, wasn't it?
Oh, man, it was awesome. I mean, that interview was awesome. I really appreciated it, and it really touched my heart.
Please follow us on our social media platforms.
Our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube, and our website, holycoalentertainment.com.
Please hit like, please hit subscribe, please share this video, share all of our docuseries. We really appreciate you guys supporting us. Because of Him, I Am. And stay tuned for our next episode.
Stay tuned.
Be blessed.
Be blessed.